Hey everyone, happy Monday to you all. Welcome to the stream. We're about to get started here. Um, About to play some Dragon. Love some Dragon. We're going to play Wheatr's list that was playing Salamence in it. It's a pretty fun list. We'll get talking about it here in a second. Thank you guys again for all joining me tonight, or at least if you're watching this on YouTube, I'd appreciate it. Love to ask you all a favor. PTCGO is going away. We might have to switch to some other clients here to continue the stream. I know a lot of people out there are enjoying the GLC content that I produce. I'm not saying that my plays are the best, but I do know that there is, or at least there are a few videos out there for everyone to watch. If you guys could do me a favor, I'd really appreciate it if you could just comment on the video some way, shape, or form. I know there's some algorithms out there that do some things. I'd love if you guys could comment, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Favorite Pokemon, favorite card, favorite new card from Scarlet and Violet that you're excited about playing in GLC. I would appreciate it. Just anything to give my videos a bump here as we get going, especially as we get closer to summer, where I'll have a lot more free time and I'll be able to kind of focus a little bit more on the stream as I am a teacher. Anyway, some exciting news. Played in the Cardboard Warriors webcam tournament last Wednesday, so the stream might switch a little bit to webcam matches here and there, just depending on what's going on. Was able to take down first place. I know a lot of you were surprised you see me play on YouTube, but we ended up playing the Hitmon Bros list, which is definitely a list I feel confident doing. Went 4-0, and I got a chance to do a little write-up here. I'm super excited. I'll post it in the link in case you want to check it out with some of the changes that I think might be added. Again, the list went 4-0. It was amazing the way that it played. But of course, it's always a work in progress, and I definitely got some good feedback even after I posted a good result with the list. So anyway, yeah, check it out if you get a chance. Again, cardboardwarriors.net. It's cool, bros. I get to talk about the halucha, the new hot stuff. I was pretty proud of that pun. The new hot stuff. Some good wordplay in the article as well. So if you get a second, check it out. All right, let's talk about the list. We might just have to get into playing here. Let me change this up because we do want to make sure you guys can see my full screen. We want to do screen capture on just this. Alright, we're going to be playing Salamence Dragon. Obviously, a lot of cards are similar to the Dragon list we played last week, so I won't talk too much about those. We are playing the Noivern for 1 energy that's colorless, 20 damage to everything, and because we're playing that, we get to play this Salamence, which does 100 damage, but if something has damage counters on it already, it does 120, so pretty sweet. They kind of work in tandem, and you love to have your Boom Burst Noivern out early. Let's send Mickey an invite. I haven't played the deck too much, if I'm going to be honest with you. So do expect me to mess up a time or two. There's like an energy that puts damage counters on your own Pokemon. I can't remember the name of it. It's Rainbow Energy, I think, is what it is. That I'm definitely gonna have to keep like my eye out for because of my Drampa. And so there's some other things. There's a couple of with Dragon, you always have to worry about your energy here and there. So it's gonna be an interesting go. And as always, Tate today dealt with a baby. Alright, lost the coin flip. Let's see what Mickey decides to do. Alright, opponent's turn. I decided to go first. Nothing great. We get to mulligan. It looks like our opponent's mulligan running away too. Shelgon's not going to cut it either. Got ways to get a basic, but we don't have the basic in our hand. Ooh, Echoing Horn. I don't know what this man is doing, but it is great. I'm assuming with Echoing Horn, typically you see some of the Lost Zone Psychic decks with that card in it. I've seen it in Hitmon Bros. Typically spread decks that like to spread some damage around the board. That's probably our best opener. And we have our Rainbow Energy. Yep, Rainbow Energy is the one that puts the damage counters. We're hoping to draw into something useful. Mickey gets an extra card here. Lance would be... Oh, how many extra cards does he get? Like 17. Oh. He might just be dead. Okay, Psychic List. There's the Shuppet. The Shuppet's pretty scary. I'm not sure what this evolves into. I like what Mickey's got going on over there. Every time I have to read a card. If you go first, you can use this attack. Search your deck for a card? That's busted. And he opened on it? What? Man, that's stellar. Just like, so good. Fond Crystal's pretty good here too. I wonder what we'll see from him. The Marshadow. Joke's on you, our hand is bad. I wonder how many cards he's going to burn through here, though. Oh, Comfy was in his prizes. That's sad. I guess, like, do you Comfy on turn 1? Because you do want to get to Sableye early. We are, oddly enough, we're playing Lost City, which is, like, stellar in this matchup. They're going to go ahead and Comfy here. I think we saw a U-turn board in their deck, too. I wonder what they got going on here. I wonder if they're going to try to retreat this and then into their NDD. They would need like a tool to do it. Trekking shoes. We're definitely going to have to deal with some Sableye. Trainers Mail here. Now, one of the great things is we're a little bit controlling in the way that we go about things, just because Salamence let us like switch things. Obviously, they have a great way to continue switching their mons here and there, and they get to pick with Salamence, so it's not like the best thing in the world, but it's also not the worst. Now, if they Marshadow here, they can't use the Colress experiment, right? Energy on Blasphalon. Our boys are pretty big, so this is not a matchup that you're like super worried about. There's a Gible. I think we just gotta play the Gible. And then I don't know what I want to do too bad. Rainbow Energy is gonna be key with our Drampa later on. Let's Professor's Letter here. Just see what we got. I know Water and Fire is pretty important in this build, and Fighting is the second most. So Lightning is definitely not one that we're too interested in. There's only one in our deck, so this is kind of tricky. So I think we go Fighting Water. I think we might go, yeah, Fighting Water. I think we might attach this here and then just say go. Like, maybe we should have switched and ascended, but we're a little slow to set up, and when we didn't get much help there and our opponent's hand is just chock full of cards, we're going to struggle. Again, they do take a little bit of time to set up, but I am confident that once we get going here, this will be a fun, interactive game. There's Colress Experiment, so the opponent is going hard into the Lost Zone. Now, they saw that we didn't do anything last turn, so I'm curious to see if they will Marshadow us. Again, I would not want our hand. I would trade this for almost any 4 on the deck. Alright. Opponent getting some air out of the way here. Oh, that Banette is pretty good. Do they attach an energy to get an extra card going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 as it is now. Potentially 7. I'm going to ditch the energy. These decks are typically energy light. Oh, I missed what they got. I'm assuming it's the Sableye. There's Training Court. Gonna get that energy back. Okay, that means they're probably not Marshadowing this turn if they sequenced it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and put the energy on Blasphalon. Random Receiver. What did they get? Oh, do I not get to see? Or do I click too soon? Drew Lost Vacuum. No, Lost Vacuum is own thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if they choose to attach it there. Or they chose to go to the comfy. I guess they want to float stone away. Deal 4 to something. Now, I don't know how well he knows our deck list here, but our Gabite only has 80 HP. So if he puts the 4 damage counters on Gible, we are not looking pretty for the following turn. Let's see how he decides to spread the damage. Don't take my advice, Mickey. Don't take my advice. He took my advice. Alright. Oh, God. Not looking super great. Our draw's been really anemic. We only have the 1 energy. Rainbow energy here is not great. I mean, we could just be dead next turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, 7, 8. They have Chorus Experiment on top of their deck, which is 3 more, 11. So then they can do 120. So we are definitely dead. We're dead. We have no outs. I mean, of course, he had to have the energy in his hand, but like he has training core, or at least he had a training core earlier. Although he did lost vacuum it away, likely that he has another one there. I'd rather get another one in. That was rough. That's typically a matchup I like. Our hand was just so bad. All right, Lusamine and Teammates, plus a whole bunch of energy. You can try to defend the deck a little bit with the Professor's Letter, but just really no way. This is a deck that I'm excited about in paper because I think Arven really adds a lot to this deck. Right now I'm like super hyper focused on like Arven as a card. I think we want to go second. If he's waiting for us. Second, please. Of course, turn 1 Mash Shadow is pretty bad here. Yay! Delinquent's probably pretty funny in this matchup too, right? Alright, there's the Shuppet. Here's Nest Ball. Nest Ball puts directly onto his bench. So currently, no way for us to get Marshadowed. Marshadow. If you're just joining us, saw a couple people jump on. We had Teammates and Lusamine in our last hand, and we were about to get Sableye with our 2 110 HP basics that was together. So not a great start for the deck, but I am super excited about this deck. Again, we're piloting Wheatr's exact list that's been floating along on the Cardboard Warriors website for a while. Back when I was lurking a whole bunch and just kind of checking out what all the pros were doing. Alright. Yeah, we definitely want to ascend here. I mean, I guess we got to check to see. I think we get rid of Pal Pad. I feel like Delinquent might be pretty good in a matchup like this, especially with like Pokestop. So I don't want to ditch this. So let's Quick Ball. This Heavy Ball might be useful, but let's get rid of the Pal Pad. I mean, Pal Pad's a great card, but we probably want to just go ahead and dip it out. Alright, a couple different options. Obviously, we're going to Gabite here, so we could get Regidrago here, and we could get that into our active spot and get drawing, but I think we need to get attacking because we don't have much time against these setup decks. And by setup decks, I mean the Psychic Loss decks. We got all of those. We got Gabite is out there. We got Dratini Dragonair and all of them. And we got Noibat. Gosh, this is where I need Wheatr's help. Do I go ahead and, do I want to be attacking? I think the answer is eventually I'm going to want to. Especially since their bench gets kind of full. Do we have anything in our prizes? I think we do, right? We have Drampa. There's Drampa, so we have Druddigon in our prizes. So this Heavy Ball is on play. let's do this. He's swing Heavy Ball. There's Druddigon. There's Lost City too. That's pretty brutal. Lost City is so great in this matchup. Let's play our Druddigon. Let's go ahead and Rainbow Energy. And we're going to want to Ascension. And let's get Gabite. Cool beans. Pretty good turn. Obviously, I would love more cards in my hand. Like, maybe that's a reason to go for Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite. I obviously need to play a little bit more with the deck to find out what the exact search line is there. We're probably not aggressive, so it's probably better, thinking back on it, to go with the Dratini line. We can get Dratini, we can get like Dragonair. Ooh, Bench Barrier Mew. Love to see it. Alright, here's X Transceiver. Tails, we love to see that. No Colress experiment for you, my friend. Alright, there's Marshadow. Alright. And our hand wasn't super great, so this has helped us. It looks like Mickey's hand wasn't super great either. There's Regidrago, the Double Dragon Energy. Cynthia and Caitlin. There's Trekking Shoes. Big draw. This is kind of like a bum supporter to draw here. Cynthia and Caitlin's not the best. Ooh. My son's struggling a bit with allergies, and I'm the same way. It might just be a little head cold between the two of us. Alright, there is a Float Stone. Gonna put the Marshadow up front. I like what's happening here. Big draw for us. There's Ball Guy. Ball Guy's great, right? Ball Guy is great. But I need an energy is really what I wanted here. So let's Ball Guy. We got Level Ball, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball. We can get Dratini and Dragonair with Nest Ball and Level Ball. Maybe we go ahead and get Noivern. I don't really want to use this. Does this Dragon Pulse attack even matter? Like, it might at some point in the game. Is like, do I want to use my Double Dragon Energy? We do play Special Charge, so maybe it's not like the most terrible idea. And their bench is pretty full. Alright, let's do this. So, I'm going to want to Nest Ball. And let's get... Oh, we can get Drampa, right? And we can just go Berserk? Duh. What am I thinking? Duh. Let's Gabite for Dratini. Duh. Why didn't you guys tell me this? That's like the best thing I could be doing ever. We just do this. Drampa, right? Because this has a damage counter on it. Oh, Rainbow Energy are so good. Let's wait. So let's retreat into Drampa. Gotta make sure Drampa's the right one. Alright. I think I want to save these. Like, we could Ultra Ball away this and this. But I think I want to save them in my hand until we have, like, Dragonite ready to go. And we can kind of loop supporters. So let's Berserk. Let's take a knockout. We just have, like, 120 Big Boy. We'd love to get Lost City here. Heavy Ball. Well, at least that we can ditch that to Ultra Ball. We know there's no basics in our prize. Alright, here's Comfy. How many are you up to? 2. That X Transceiver is such a swingy card for our opponent here. Like, just get you any card you want, or not. Like, I think last game it just, like, put him on the front foot, kept us going back. So good. I love this deck. If you are a fan of taking game actions, I've probably said this a million times, but this Psychic Lost Zone deck is just so fun because you're always doing stuff. Obviously, I know the standard decks can get a little bit annoying to play against because you're always like waiting for your opponent's turn to end, and a not experienced player might take a little while to see the lines. But when you play against someone who is proficient with this deck, it really is a work of art. Alright, there's Druddigon. Love to get a switch card here. Versus Seeker. What's Versus Seeker get us? Nothing. Okay. So what do we do here? Can we just draw 3 cards? Like, we could just draw, we could get Ball Guy and draw 3 cards. Which I think is probably worth it, right? Because we know there's no balls left in our deck, but we can stitch this to Ultra Ball. Teammates isn't bad. I got the Noivern. I want to level ball here. And I think I want to grab Dragonair. Let's play the Dragonair. This needs a water energy. I think we're better off just waiting for the switch card, and we have the Dragonite in hand. Let's not evolve Gabite, because we might need it to go get something next turn. So let's just get Bagon. It's going to be harder for them to deal with this than for them to make us shuffle our hand away. And we probably just want to put the energy here, to be honest. Garchomp is just such a beast. And like next turn we'll have Dragonite online. Either way that things happen. Switch for our opponent really good here. We're going to like Guzma. If the Comfy stays in the active spot, which like it shouldn't 100%, I would love to like maybe Lysandre. Okay, put 3 damage counters. That's fun. It's pretty good. Pretty good in the current meta. I like this card a lot. Alright, let's do this. That's going to happen. Let's just go ahead and grab Guzma. I want to go ahead and grab Shelgon, probably. Let's just like keep this thing up. So we don't need it right now. That maybe was a little bit of a misplay. Attachment energy here. Man, this Bliss Frozen City is nuts. I like it. I like what he's doing. Obviously, ideal would have been like Guzma Hala and like escape rope, but we couldn't do that turn to get the Comfy out and to get our Lost City. So let's just go ahead and kill the Comfy. That's their pivot. And yeah, grab a Fire Energy, which is going to let us, the Salamence, be active and killing things. So here's a random receiver. I get Lusamine, which is not the greatest. That might be game. Alright, cool. Game 2, we took it. Much better draw. We were able to set up. Our dragons were able to get going, even with some disruption on our opponent's side. We had big boys, and our opponent, you can see, was struggling there a bit. Had all these cards to search, but his deck was mostly air, and he fell short on a couple of cards that he needed. Alright, best of 3. Alright. This deck is sweet. It's definitely, again, like, the dragon decks are, like, these kind of big boys with, like, touchy energy values, and it requires a little bit of knowledge and repetition to know what's in your deck and how these cards kind of synergize. But it's not, like, rocket science. So once you kind of get a couple reps in with any dragon deck, you can kind of switch between the couple. And we definitely struggled with last week's dragon deck. Oh, let's ask our opponent. What do you want? I'm not sure. I think that deck wants to go second because it can play Chorus Experiment. Let's see if they respond to us. And then if not, I'm going to say I want to go first. Alright, 10 more seconds. Alright, we'll go first. We don't want to get turn 1 Marshadowed. Well, we're not, hopefully. Alright. Opponent's cooking over there. We are not. Alright, Gible And Rare Candy Garchomp. That's fun. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Druddigon down so that we don't just die. There's Guzma. I think we just pass. We can like Evolution Incense for the Gabite. Get to searching. He's been Heavy Ball. This card is like so key for the Lost Zone deck. Oh, brutal. I'm assuming that he looked in there and it was the Comfy and it was the Sableye, and at that point you're just like, what can I do? What can I do if they're both in there, right? Your key attacker and your key setup mon. That is what ends up happening in the Lost Zone decks from time to time. I hate to end on that. Let's see. Mickey got one more in him. And I hate to end on that one. We didn't really get to showcase either deck there. Game 2 was a good one. Game 1, we saw a little bit more of Mickey's deck than we saw of our deck. Looks like he's playing Lightning. I'm going to tell him, last one for me. Oh, we just exit out. Boo. Me trying to type and click. Too many things. Too many things. You guys have seen me try to talk and play before. You know I can't multitask. Alright. Mickey said he's all down for doing some webcam with us in the future too. Alright, there we go. Alright, opponent's turn. Okay. We definitely were lacking in the mounds, right? Alright, there's a couple. This hand is similar to something we've seen before, right? Yeah, Druddigon's fine. Zapdos. Oh, yes. Yes. So good. Love this deck. Do you have a way to switch? Because now I definitely do not want to have my Gible in the active spot. He is just dead, probably. That's a large hand. No other basic for opponent over there. Oh my god. Lance is busted, right? Lance. Oh, we don't have Dragonair or Dragonite. There's Dragonair. That's rough. That's rough. And no Gabite. Ugh. This is... Oh, there's Gabite. Duh, what am I thinking? Do we have Salamence? No, we don't have Salamence either. So I think we want this. I think we want Drampa. And I think we might want Regidrago. Man, what do I want to do here? Because like our Gabite might just be dead, right? So like we want to make sure that we have like a good search line going. If we can, so I think we might need. I guess Regidrago is a pretty good pivot, right? Let's play out our boys, and then like teammates also, right? Like we'll just have teammates. It's not good that we had to put in like an energy on that. Okay. All right, say go to our opponent. Hopefully we're not dead. I think with what we have prize, this is probably the best that we could have done in our setup. So there's a float stone. Let's see what our opponent has in store. Cynthia. I think they're looking for another basic and an escape rope, probably. Alright, that's sad. Well, like, we'd probably just end, right? Because if we find double dragon energy, we just pivot to Drampa and win? I think that's the out, right? I mean, we can't do much else, right? I know it gives our opponent some looks at more cards, but we are just looking for the energy. We didn't find it. Okay. Not the end of the world. We didn't find an energy either. We did find the field blower, though, for the float stone. So let's field blower that away. Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball. Let's get rid of Raihan Ball Guy. Maybe we keep Raihan. I don't think we have any energy in the graveyard, so I don't think it's worth it either way. So let's ditch those two. Probably just worth it to get Noivern here. And we could always just like Garchomp this turn, right? Because like Garchomp is just like, you can't kill me, and then we could attack him potentially next turn if we find a fighting or a watering energy. I guess the reason why we did this anyway, though, was to pivot into our Regidrago. And we could special charge here to get another card in our hand. Probably want to go ahead and get the Bagon, though, just so we don't draw it here. And I think I'm just going to draw two. I think we're going to wait on the special charge. Double Dragon Energy is just so good. Alright, so Teammates is good here if we get a knockout. I'm not expecting my Regidrago to get knocked out. Cynthia Caitlin is fine. We can ditch a Nest Ball. We don't really need it. Raihan, lands in, all good stuff for Cynthia and Caitlin. There's a Mareep. We're able to get rid of the float stone here. Again, slow game for both of us, but I definitely feel like we're in a better spot now. I can change real quickie with the Raikou decks. They're pretty good. Man, all we needed to find was that double dragon energy. I think it was worth it to go for it. Obviously, it's the only thing we could do, really. Alright, there's Tapu Koko. So this is a list that has been floating around, I think. Hands down, we know that they had Zedstreak in their hand at one point. I think we shuffled it away with N. There's Guzma. And Tapu Koko has free retreat here. So maybe getting the Garchomp was better. But what's Druddigon do? So we can just Teammates. We just have Teammates in our hand. So, like, Teammates. Let's go and get... let's get Lost City. And let's get Double Dragon Energy. Let's play the Lost City first. The Zapdos coming back is just one of the things that this deck does so well. Do this. And let's Revenge. Let's put that into the Lost Sun. X-Maniac is pretty good too. So this will be kind of a fun turn for us because we can retreat with Double Dragon Energy. If we find another energy, we can just attach and do 120, which is to kill most things in our deck. We can Hex Maniac here too. Alright, Stormy Mountains. Not too bad. Let's then get a basic. Wish we were playing the Heal Stadium right now against the spread deck, right? That's just win the game. Verse Seeker into Cynthia is real strong here. Strong play, Mickey. What'd you get though? Was it good? Now this does have free retreat. That's pretty fun. They get like free retreat, put their Voltorb out if they're not expecting to want to draw too much. Attached to the Tapu Koko, and if they have another energy, they can kind of get going. The fact that this is a speed energy in their discard bin, not great for the Flaffy line. Can we got a couple options in our hand. I'm super happy with our options currently. Could even like Cynthia and Caitlin for like Teammates to just kind of discourage our opponent from attacking. Alright, there's Dynamo. There's Level Ball. What you gonna get, my friend? What's a good level ball target in this deck? This is typically Flaffy. Is Electric one of them? There's Blitzel. Blitzel's good. I like that art. I end up playing the Rapid Strike one just because I like the way he looks. Okay. Sacrifice the Dynamo. Okay, there's a fire energy, so we just get to do like 120. Is there like any reason for me not just to do this? No basics in the deck. And I think we just like Hex Maniac here, and we can like Cynthia Caitlin Hex Maniac for a while. So yeah, 120 is a pretty good number in these decks. There's Trainers Mail, can find us something different too. Gonna put out the Tapu Koko again. Feeling pretty good about our decisions here. Like not using the special charge on the Rainbow Energy. Obviously, maybe not getting the Garchomp on the turn that he was knocked out. Like maybe we should have seen that coming. We're getting blown up in the Discord. These all like webcam GLC battles. Yeah. It's probably one of my least favorite things right now about the Tricky Gym Discord is every time I get added for the GLC battles, for the webcam battles. That's not too annoying, obviously. It's worth it to do it. Alright, so we stop Flaffy. You can't use Zebstrika. Love a Guzma here. Get a couple looks here with Trainer's Mail. Like, probably hit the Flaffy here. Alright, I'm going to try to paralyze our Druddigon. Success. There's Lusamine, right? Alright, let's start with Trainer's Mail. There's Lysandre. Like, what is happening to us if we let them have a turn? They can like do that. They can attach 2 energies if they have counter energy. 120 to Druddigon. So maybe we make Regidrago the active, and then we just kill it next turn. I kind of like the sound of that. Like obviously, if they have Guzma or something else, we're kind of, you know, not in a great position, but now like they can't charge up the Regidrago with counter energy attachment unless they have something from their hand. They have to have like Guzma and those cards, which is making our opponent have multiple things here, which obviously on a turn where we got paralyzed, not the greatest, but something that we do like. They've already used Guzma too, so we're pretty like insulated from it, and Versus Seeker, so I think that was the right play. Like Air Balloon is still in their deck. Good time to play Arven. I bet Arven is insane in the Lightning deck, right? Just like you can get the 30 more damage, electric damage item, plus the muscle band, and just be like, Ragu, murder everything. I don't know how that worked, but it seemed to have worked. Alright, so I know that like Cynthia Caitlin Get Back Hex Maniac is a great play for next turn, but let me teach you guys about Lusamine, Lost City, Hex Maniac. That seems good. Like Teammates probably also fine, but this is just like, bro, like peak stuff I want to be doing in my life right now. And then we Dragon Call. Like, and that's like 2 of our opponent's main attackers down. There's Dragonite. We're still missing Dratini. Dratini doesn't want to come to the party. This Druddigon's just doing work. It's going to be tough to get through this Tapu Koko. The fact that it has like 150 HP, probably like we got some big boys in here. Like we could definitely like start getting our Noivern going if we draw some energy. Probably gonna Cynthia Caitlin unless we can Hex Maniac for some value this turn. I like this deck a lot. I want to see it do well, the Lightning deck. Wheatr's list, ooh, that's pretty good. I mean, our hand wasn't super great. Excited to see what we draw. Good for, good for. Level Ball, Garchomp. Rescue Stretcher's not bad. We did get the Guzma here. Probably want to kill Flaffy. There's Silent Lab, so none of our basics have abilities. Neither do our opponents. It's a pretty good play. We don't have any bench barrier stuff. Okay. Ditching. Alright, they're going to knock out their Electrode. Oh, I think anyway. But it's not profitable with any of their attackers. Like, even Tapu Koko is only doing 20 to everything, and then you're just like making my Drampa so good. Definitely a tough matchup for the electric deck. Wheatr, if you're out there, deck is A+. Okay, there's Pal Pad. Does anything we have free retreat? Oh, Noivern has free retreat. It's just so good. All right. So at this point in the game, who's more important to our opponent's game plan, Flaffy or Zebstrika? And I think the fact that they have this means that probably this is best, and like this adds 2 lightning energy. So like this plus counter energy still isn't great on Raikou. We are getting dangerously close to Raikou kill us range, which I don't like to see. Let's put up the Zebstrika. Let's put this up. Let's Rescue Stretcher. Shuffle 3 Pokemon back into our deck. Let's put those ones back in there. Let's level ball here. Let's get the Gible. Probably just a target for them to hit. And then let's free retreat into Druddigon. And let's Dragon Claw for knockout. Alright, and there's Dratini. A little late to the party, my friend. So again, now knocking this out isn't super profitable. They don't have a lot of energy in the bin. Just one. There's Colress. Colress is going to draw them lots of cards here. They're at 17. We're at 31. We've been pretty good at keeping our resources up. There's a Quick Ball. Is it Raikou time? Rainbow Energy. There's Raikou. Raikou's pretty good here if they have, like, what's it called? If they have counter energy. Which is good. So here's Raikou coming at us. Probably for a couple turns here just because of where we're at. 120 here. Where do they decide to put the rest of the damage? Maybe Drampa? This is a turning point for Mickey. Alright. Grabbing the Gible. So now what do we pivot into? We definitely Noivern, right? Because it just has free retreat. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, there's Hisuian Heavy Ball, which isn't super great for us. Do they put the Dratini out as a distraction? I guess we Pal Pad, because there's a couple of like important cards that are in here that we probably need. Like Raihan Teammates is probably good. Since we're going to be losing some boys here. Would love for this Silent Lab to not be a thing. I didn't realize that how much it would get us with Regidrago. I don't think there's anything here to be had. This lives through an attack, though, which is pretty sweet. So let's retreat into Regidrago and then just say go. We might be losing here to Raikou. Now, the good news is after it takes this attack, it's going to knock out one of our bench Pokemon, but like it can't do it again unless he has like a Rainbow Energy or something else. So like this Tapu Koko might finish something off though. But they're going to be equal on prizes with us. At this point, I would even take like an N or something. Raikou's so good. I haven't found much success with these decks, but again, it's a deck that rewards repetition. The more you play it, the more you know the lines, the more you know when to play your Raikou, the better you'll be. Alright. Here's N. Alright, I said I would take an N. Give me 2 good cards, please. Okay. I'm like not mad at this too much. We still need a pretty good draw here. That's not it. I think that's just game, right? That was such a comeback. Good job, Mickey. I'm impressed. We stalled there towards the end. I think I was right playing this Lost City. Like this was good for us, but obviously the Raikou at the right time where we were. Like these energies would have been great earlier in the game. We just never really found an energy, and it's easy to make excuses. Obviously, Mickey played really well, but the deck let us down with the draws. What can we do? So even Hexmaniac doesn't really do anything. This doesn't get us anything. This is dead. Plus any of these, that's just GG's. Well played. GG's. GG's. Thanks for the games. It was awesome. We'll concede admirably to our opponent. Played well. Did a great job. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, the deck is sweet. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a great deck. Oh, we get a reward, guys. PTCGO is still giving out rewards. We got so many coins up here. I can't wait to trade them. Oh, sorry, I was trying not to sneeze on stream. Alright, here's the deck list. It's sweet. We didn't get a chance to talk about it too much earlier on. Obviously, similar things that the other Dragon deck is doing. We got Gabite to search out stuff. Garchomp is just a beast. Noivern is a new attack, or a new card that we're playing, as opposed to what we were doing last week. Boom Burst does 20 damage. Druddigon and Drampa. One is a revenge card, that's our Druddigon. Drampa works really well with damage counters on our Pokemon, so we're playing Rainbow Energy to help kind of synergize with that. Salamence is a good boy, since we're playing the Noivern that puts 20 damage counters on everything. His attack for 2 energy is just awesome. Plus, he can kind of be used as a stall with his Intimidating Roar. Plus, he's got 170 HP. Just a really, really, really strong and powerful Pokemon. And, of course, we got Fast Call Dragonite here. Gives us supporter every turn. That last game, I think Dragonair and Dratini were prized, and we found ourselves struggling a little bit without the consistency that this card provides. And, of course, our Gabite got knocked out pretty early. Again, we probably should have protected it a little bit better. Although we didn't find the energy anyway. But we definitely could have put Garchomp on, and Garchomp is just a house in that deck. Regidrago, a good pivot. Obviously, this is your Floatstone target. Draws 4 if it's in your active spot. So, just some good mons. We're playing a lot of tools and special energies. I think that this deck would benefit from something like Arven from the new set. Just because we have so many item cards that are key. Getting a Professor's Letter and getting like a Cape of Toughness, Pot Helmet, or Floatstone in the same turn. It's just like 3 for 1 that just like affects the board. So I think this is a candidate for Arven going forward. I might change some things around. Obviously, Delinquent was good and bad in spots. I've kind of playtested with this earlier today. I don't know how I feel about it. And then Lost Zone, or Lost City, felt good, but then like we lost. So probably too early to tell, but I do like this card a lot, especially against the Lightning deck where they're trying to recur Zapdos, and Zapdos is like their main early game attacker. And if you can do that and then stall their Raikou, you're doing pretty well. And if you can kill a Raikou with Lost City, you are just on top. Anyway, that's the Dragon deck. Sweet deck list. I might be working on it. Might be playing it on some webcam streams coming up. Thanks to those of you who stayed and watched. I really, really appreciate it. Again, if you're watching at home on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you guys could throw some stuff in the comments on the YouTube videos. Again, your favorite Pokemon, your favorite deck list, your favorite GLC card at the moment. Can get those algorithms pumping and get GLC known to more players. So thank you. All right. Well, hey, anyway, everyone have a wonderful Monday night, and I will see you all next week. Not sure what I'll be playing yet, but I'm sure it will be a good one. All right. Have a good night, everyone.